I wanted to share with you today about how to heal thinning hair, alopecia, hair issues. So my name is Yuko Turnbull. I'm a holistic hairstylist in Vancouver and also a wellness coach. First of all, I just want to acknowledge how difficult hair loss can be for a lot of people. It can be very, very triggering. It can be really difficult to look into the mirror when you see what's being reflected as not what you want to see, and there's a feeling perhaps of like out of control or anxiety. Remember to be gentle on yourself, to practice self-love. You know, when I was going through alopecia, I had a sticky note on my mirror that said, "You are beautiful, you are loved," because it really did take a toll on my emotional and mental health. I was already going through a difficult time when I was experiencing alopecia, as a lot of people are when alopecia presents itself into your life, because hair loss, alopecia, can be triggered by a very stressful event. You have an opportunity to look at why this is showing up. If you aren't sure what the reason is, it might be good to journal and take a look at, is there something stressful in your life going on that you can let go of, or that you can help shift into something really positive, into a learning opportunity. So let's get into the really practical tools that you can do right away. Because hair loss can be such a bigger thing as well, you want to be sure that it's not a thyroid issue. So I might suggest to get your thyroid levels checked. If you are vegetarian, there could be some anemia that's happening, or not just vegetarian, for anybody, especially women as well. So just to take a look at your iron levels. So a blood test could be helpful as well, just to check in and just to see what is going on, what your baseline is. Specifically for hair growth, the supplements are Biotin, silica, Hoshu. These are all absolutely fantastic for hair growth, and I'll put below the favorite products that I use personally that I recommend to my clients, and also the amounts as well, because some people were like, oh, I'm taking a multivitamin with, you know, silica or biotin or whatever inside, and it's like, well, that amount is not often enough to make some big changes to your hair growth. So you may, if you're really wanting to target that, you may want to be taking a higher dose. With everything, you want to be sure that your gut health is working very well, because you're not going to be able to even absorb these supplements to be absorbing the nutrition that is in your food. So taking something like a probiotic, one of my favorite products is Restore. This is an amazing probiotic for gut health. Even more to supercharge your gut health, it's celery juice, and that's an incredible juice that you can just have daily, and that's really going to help your absorption of all of these nutrients, because often when your hair isn't growing, it could be that there's something going on in your gut. So for products, not just shampoo, conditioner, but your smoothing creams or fiber putties, whatever, are paraben free. They're good quality. They have they don't have sulfates in them or whatnot. So just being really mindful that whatever you're putting on your body is absorbing, and it could also be blocking your hair follicles too. On the flip side, just because it says it's natural does not mean that that's not blocking your pores either. Natural organic products that are very highly oil based, so that could be causing blockages and not having enough surfactants to get the oil and the grease and the dirt out, which could be blocking your pores. So I actually developed a shampoo that is specifically for thinning hair that I will link to below. If you have a shampoo that you already love that works really well for you, then you can add these 4 essential oils to your shampoo that you're using already, and just do a couple of drops of each. They're obviously very concentrated. So rosemary is a great one, turmeric, ginger, and black pepper. When you're shampooing, use warm water. Most people do this already, but warm water is going to be really helpful for removing the oil and the dirt that could be blocking your pores, which you really want to make sure that the follicles, the hair, can come out, that it's not blocked by anything. So I would recommend doing 2 shampoos if you're washing your hair every 3 days. That's usually a really sort of average amount of time. So if you're not sure, feel free to message me and I can give you some guidance around that, and that could be helpful as well. So after you shampoo your hair twice, I would recommend doing of course, conditioning your hair. And then when you're rinsing the conditioner off, when you're putting the conditioner on from here to here, the mid shaft to the ends, not directly onto your scalp, when you're rinsing that off, use cool water. And this is something that is really important for invigorating the scalp, for getting the blood flow to the scalp, and that's what we want for hair growth. We really want to make sure that our follicles are awake and they're just ready to grow. So cold water, and there's a gentleman called Winhoff that talks all about cold exposure for optimum health, for immunity, for vitality, for all kinds of things that's helpful. So when you're rinsing your hair with cold water, give your whole body a rinse with cold water too, and as cold as you can stand it. And you can build up the time every day, or not every day, but you can increase the duration that you're in the cold, and that's really going to help your immunity. So another thing that you can do that is going to be very helpful is massage. And there was a study that was done last year where 300 participants who have alopecia, they did 4 minutes of massage on their scalps for 30 days, and 70% of them reported back that their hair had started to grow back. So this is huge, right? It's really, really important to be giving your scalp attention rather than just like, oh, I don't want to touch it. It's like, no, it wants attention. So massage your scalp, and using a carrier oil like grapeseed is a really nice one, because that is not very oily and it really gets in there and penetrates the skin, and that's what we're wanting. So doing that with grapeseed oil or whatever carrier oil of your choice, or moisturizer. And you can add those 4 essential oils that I was talking about earlier, rosemary, turmeric, ginger, and black pepper, to that. And again, acknowledging that it is concentrated, so being careful with how much you put in. I've made a scalp treatment, so if you are wanting to have it pre-made for you, I have it on my website, and I'll put a link below that you can grab that, so you have it already for you. And there's some other really healing plant medicines that are in there to help stimulate hair growth. So you just put a couple of pumps in your hand, and then start massaging. If you have thinning hair, your whole area, your whole head. And if you have alopecia, doing your whole head, but then concentrating on the areas that have the alopecia. And if you're wanting to take it to the next level, you could lay down on your bed and then tip your head down, so your head is lower than your heart, and that's going to have the blood flow come to your scalp. And again, and then do the massage there for 4 minutes. And of course, be mindful when you're coming up, you don't feel too lightheaded. But that is whatever you can do to like bring more blood flow to the scalp. That's what we're wanting to do, to waken up, to invigorate, to enliven the scalp and the follicles, and to make sure that we're doing all that we can in order to help activate the hair follicles to grow and to take care of the hair that we have already. And so that can be the best condition that it can be. That you're looking after your anxiety, sure that you're meditating, finding out things that you love to do, and doing that at least once a day. Because again, to go back to the triggers of hair loss and the triggers of alopecia, a lot of times it's stress. So there might be something in your life that you need like a break from, and whatever you can do for 5 minutes or once a day, something that you love to do. Get out in nature, have a bath, do some essential oils, pet your dog, whatever that is, just to have that self-care time. So important. If you would like some help personally, and for me to make a personalized plan for you, reach out to me. I know this can be really a frustrating time, and like I said, I've gone through it. I know what it's like, and also helped many of my clients move through this, and it's totally possible. So just keep a positive spirit, and know there's help for you, and there's lots of things that you can try naturally before you go to the pharmaceuticals, before you go to the medicinal shampoos or the cortisol shots or the steroids or whatnot, because that is really masking the problem and also could be causing damage to your organs. So trying these different natural ways first, I think, is really, really important because we're looking after the root cause rather than just masking it. So, because that will come back again, right? So we're really wanting to take care and heal and use this as an opportunity to just be the best versions of ourselves. For the products that I have specifically for hair loss and hair regrowth. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you next video.